Welcome to New Listings. Is Jay Walker. This is the Meller Group New Listings Live every Wednesday right here across social media, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or on Instagram. This is the best of what we have to offer. Over 150 agents across the island of Montreal. They're going to bring you a landscape of what is out there new to the market. Each and every week we bring these to you for if you're a house hunter or a fellow agent that's looking for specific areas and good finds. Well, we have it for you here. If you want to follow along with us, you can check it out at Meller Group on Instagram. You can look at us at mellergroup.ca as well on the web. There you'll find all of our agents and all of our listings. But let's start for this week's New Listings Live with an exceptional property. I get to be the brand director here at Meller Group. So over the course of the last 24 years of working in television, radio, and media and advertising, I brought over a bunch of my know-how and have shared it with our brokers on how they can grow their business, specifically with some visual representation, some videos, some content. And we do that with our brokers here at the Meller Group. And yesterday we were at an exquisite property. I don't know about you, but if you've been around the world, lucky for us here, us Canadians, we have a really hard winter. One thing is for sure, we like to see ourselves in the sand, in the beach, on a waterfront property. It's one of the number one things that appeals to us. And I can tell you, you don't have to go too far to find it. Yesterday, we were out at Saint-Zatique with Marie-Yvonne Paint and Samuel Demers for an exquisite property in Saint-Zatique. I grew up in the West Island. Trust me, Saint-Zatique in the 80s is not Saint-Zatique what it is now. And I can tell you, this property that they have for sale is absolutely mind-blowing. It is a waterfront property with a bridge that leads to its own private island. Private islands, I don't know about you, but for me, it's definitely where it's at. This is luxury tenfold. This is from a client from Marie-Yvonne Pain and Samuel Demers, who set up shop in the 80s with a little polar bear club, an icon of sorts in the area. And I can tell you, this little Voiron that he has set up was, I believe, one of the first setups to his establishment. This was a polar bear club out in Saint-Zatique in the 80s, and he has built it into a magnificent wonderland. I'm talking about a private island with its own, I don't know, what would you call it? Like a Golden Gate kind of style bridge. We had the drone out there, the water's aqua on Lake Francis. Just an absolute find if you are of the boating sort and you like to be on the water. I was out there for Father's Day on St. Francis, and it was absolutely wonderful. Nothing beats being in a boat close to home where you can head on to the water and have a good time. It feels like you're miles away, and just a little bit of time on the water makes you feel like you've gone that much further. So the big question was riding back was, could we buy an island? And I looked at Mateo and I said, I don't know, can we buy an island? Also a registered real estate broker. But yeah, you can buy an island. This is one of those things that I think a lot of people would like to understand, especially some of those that have a bit of money squared away. But if it has a cadastre, you can go buy and purchase one of those with the help of one of our brokers. But if you are in the market for a vacation property, for a property that's going to be near the water for you and your boat, you gotta see this property out in Saint-Zatique. Let's move on to our next property here as we scroll down the list. Let's see. Let's keep going. New listings. There we go. I believe we have one at NDG, right? So this is the one we're talking about. This is the one at Saint-Zatique. This one here is another beautiful property from our friends with Marie-Yvonne one more time out in Argyle. This is a property that we're actually going to be shooting very, very soon for them as well. Another one that we have from Carly Friedman. This is a stunner. This is another one that we're going to be going to check out. This is in Old Montreal. This has a 600 square foot terrace that will be bringing a video to you about this one. Old Montreal living has never been better. We do know that places have changed over time. At one point in time, Old Montreal was a very hip happening spot. Then Saint Laurent ended up being that spot, and Old Montreal is back in it. But yeah, living in Old Montreal is an absolute wonder. There's actual places there too. So if you were there in the early 2000s, then you should know that, yeah, there's actually grocery stores there now. That's a good thing. You don't have to shop at little expensive boutiques. but the charm, the loveliness that is Old Montreal on St. Paul West should not be ignored. 1.475 for a beautiful property from Carly Friedman. We'll bring that to you in video format very, very soon. Samuel Demers, top performer, amazing guy. 1.14 for a beautiful property on Jean Mance. Jean Mance, an interesting street as you head out to Plateau. We do know that Jean Mance used to lead on to baseball diamonds. That has all been changed for the love of tennis. So great tennis park set up there where the baseball diamond used to be out off of Park. Wonderful area, Jean Mance, and for a great price as well. Again, if you want to be following along to some of the new listings that we have here at the Mellor Group, you can find them on Instagram at Mellor Group or on Facebook, Etienne Mellor, or on Facebook as well with Mellor Group. Let's head over to another one, which is on Yonge in the Southwest. This has high floors, Griffintown condo with wall-to-wall windows, lovely light coming into your property. Interesting fact, the direct sunset views over the Lachine Canal, so I know that's a definite plus. Stylish urban living. We talked about this. Stylish urban living. How do we capture stylish urban living? It's a hard thing to capture, especially when we're talking about content. But one thing is for sure, there is a big segment of the market available to many, many people. 500,000 to 999,000. This is a segment we're going to look at right now. Perfect for buyers who are looking for lifestyle design and convenience in the heart of Montreal. 50 St. Paul West, apartment 25, 990,000. Boutique condo living, heritage stone, and wood interiors is going to set for a lot of desirability for this unit. Interesting fact, located right above some of the city's best restaurants. So something cool to check out there. Let's head over to Dubouillon. Can never get that right as an Anglophone. I'm sure you can't get it right either. I'm going to have a sip of water just to make sure I can get it right next time. Located right near Quartier des Spectacles, the best place to be in all of Montreal. We talk about it with a lot of people. We get a lot of walk up in Montreal, as you know. We do have our office in Westmount on Green Avenue. A lot of people in the window. What do we do when we see them in the window? We head outside, we say, hi, how are you? And they talk to us about some things that are happening in Montreal. One of those things that's definitely happening is the Quartier des Spectacles. A beautiful, beautiful open concept. Interesting fact, walking distance for Just for Rire festival, as well as Francophonie, which is underway right now. If you haven't gone to check out Francophonie, go and do that. Let's head over to NDG. Okay, I want to take a minute about NDG. NDG for me as an Anglo has always been a little bit kind of like the mecca of where you can be in Montreal. I grew up in the West Island, and NDG has always been something of a mythical place for family and community. I'm currently living in NDG. I regularly live in Côte des Neiges, but NDG, I got to tell you, is an absolute stunner when you get to sit there. The community in NDG is absolutely phenomenal. People do say hello. People do walk after supper. They walk their dogs. There's even dog alleys where you can go and walk your dog, so it's kind of less packed than you would like it to be. They've got everything there, man. They got a really great restaurant scene as well in NDG. And Girouard Park is absolutely phenomenal as well. 4170 is Girouard Park, Côte des Neiges, NDG 785. Tell me that's not a number that rings true for a lot of people as they're looking right now. An upper duplex unit, which is exactly what you like to have because there's no one above you. People are underneath you. You get that backyard and a terrace access. Gotta love NDG. I'm a big fan. I have been converted in 2025. 1899 de la Rivière. Look, country setting. we were leaving yesterday on that way to the property at Saint-Zatique, and I can tell you, once you start to get into the wooded areas, once you start to get away from the city, it is an absolutely peaceful setting. No matter where you are off the island, modern finishes. Interesting fact, you're just 40 minutes away from downtown. So I don't know about you, but there's some places that are considered closer to Montreal that are way, way further than that. Now for some wallet-friendly options, perfect for investments or first-time buyers. 525. This is a turnkey unit with balcony, modern finishes, prime location near Guy Concordia Metro. So again, if you are potentially a parent from out of town who has a child coming here for university, I know you guys are really set on making an investment out of your child going to school, but you're also looking for that extra investment. This is something that you should check out. 489 for that one. Again, what are the perks of it? It's bright, it's compact, and it's in Villemard with elevator access. So this is a good one for you. Only 6-minute walk to Monk Metro, which is pretty great, especially when it comes winter time. Let's head over to Lambert Closs in Ville Marie. This is a $394 for a modern interior, well-managed building. That always helps, especially right now. We all know that the buildings are going through certain phases of having to be managed exteriorly. So when we say well-managed, it definitely means well-managed. And that's the price tag of $394,000 right around the corner from Atwater Market, which is very close to our office in Westmount at Westmount Royal LePage Heritage. 195 Rue Peel. This is apartment 1605. I hope you're not afraid of flights, but you get that high-rise living for only $369. Griffintown panoramic views. Interesting fact about this one is 16th floor with amenities that rival downtown hotels, and that's not a lie. Okay. De la Montagne in the Sud-West, compact urban condo, $319. And last but not least, that's 14 listings across the island of Montreal, from $1 million masterpieces to entry-level urban living condos. If you want to visit these in person, all you got to do is contact us. You hit us up either on Messenger or call us here at the office. All the information is up at mellorgroup.com or on Instagram, Facebook at Mellor Group. That's MELLOR Group. And we will catch you back here on Friday with the return of Etienne Mellor, who is currently in Toronto. I hear he's, working hard or catching a baseball game. I know he's a big baseball fan, and he'll be back with our friend Mike Francois. Until then, have yourself a great week and keep your eyes peeled. I know July 1st is right around the corner. It might, in your head, seem that it's the very end of the season, but I can tell you there are still people shopping. There are still people coming on the market. Good new listings each and every week right here, live on social media every Wednesday, 10 a.m. I'm Jay Walker, brand director here at the Mellor Group, wishing you a great day. If you have any questions about your brand or how to make content, you can come check us out at the Mellor Group, either Royal LePage Global Elite or Royal LePage in Westmount, where I'm usually stationed at Heritage. Have a good day.